Alright, we're on subpart D, periodic maintenance and testing requirements for Part 232, brake system safety standard for the freight and non-passenger trains, equipment, and of the trains, devices. Subpart periodic maintenance, the testing requirements subscope of the subpart contains the periodic brake system maintenance for the route and testing of the requirements for the equipment used in the freight and other non-passenger testing. Trains 232-303 general quantity definition. Following definitions are identified intended solely for the purpose of the identification of what constitutes a shop of the repair track under this subpart. The shop and repair track means the fixed repair facility of the track designated with the railroad as the shop of the repair track. The fixed repair facility of the track was regularly consistently used for performing major repairs. 3. A track which is used at location to regularly consistently perform minor and major repairs where the railroad has designated a certain portion of the track as repair track. 4. The track designated with the railroad of the track of the minor reports will be conducted with the use of the railroad to regular and consistently perform minor and repair during the period for where the track is used to conduct major repairs. However, such trackage is considered as a shop of the repair of the track only for each of the car received with the major repairs for the such of the trackage and not for the car receiving only the minor repairs. The facility of the track identified the paragraph A11 through the A14 should be considered the shop repair track regardless of whether the mobile repair vehicle is used to conduct the repairs. Major repair means of the repair that farm normally would require greater than 4 persons to accomplish the would involve with the use of specialized tool and equipment. Major repairs include the activities as coupler replacement of the draft gear, repair with the repairs required with the use of an air jack, but excludingly charging the wheels on inter-module loading rams either with or without an air jack. Minor repairs means of repairs other than major repairs that can be accomplished in a short period of the time with the limited tools and equipment. Minor repairs should include such things as a safety appliance straightening and a handhold replacement, air hose replacement, lading adjustment and coupler knuckle or knuckle pin replacement. A car shop a car shop on the or repair track shall be tested and determine that the air brakes are applied with remain applied until release is initiated. A car on shop of the repair track shall have its position traveled and inspected for the cars equipped with the 8.5-inch 10-inch diameter brake cylinder. For the piston travel shall be within 6 to 9 inches. If the piston travel is found to be less than 6 inches and more than 9 inches, it is to be adjusted nominally 7.5 inches for the car is not equipped in 8.5 inches of 10-inch diameter of the brake cylinder. For the piston travel shall be within the piston travel stenciled marking on the car of the badge plate and before the car is released from the shop of the repair of the track, the qualified person shall ensure the brake pipe is securely clamped, the angle cocket is properly located with the suitable clearance and properly positioned to allow maximum airflow. The valves and reserves and cylinders are airtight to support of the air securely attached to the car. The handbrakes are tested, inspected, operated as intended. The 6 of the brake indicators on the cars are equipped with the accurate operate is intended with this single car with the air brake test required in statute 232-305 cannot be conducted at the point where the repairs can be made to the car. The car may be moved after the repairs are made to the next forwarded location where the test can be performed. Inability to perform in a single car air brake test does not constitute an inability to make the necessary repairs. If it is necessary to remove the car from the location where the repairs are performed in order to perform a single air brake test required for this part of the tag of the car shall be placed on both sides of the equipment and an automated track system approved for the use of the FRA shall contain with the following information about the equipment: the reporting marker of the car number, the name of the inspection railroad, the location where the repairs were performed, indication whether the car requires a single car air brake test, the location where the appropriate test is to be performed, the name, signature of the possible job title of the qualified person approving the move. The tag of the car required for the paragraph E1 of the section shall remain affixed to this equipment until the necessary test has been performed. 3. Electrical written a record of the copy of each of the tag car attached to the remove of the car of locomotive shall be retained for the 90 days upon the request shall be made available within 15 calendar days for the inspection by the FRA or the state inspector. The record of the copy of each of the tag removed from the car of the locomotive should contain the date of location, signature, identification of the qualified person removing it from the piece of equipment. After the location and the date of the last single air brake car test required with the stencil 232-305 shall clearly stenciled, marked, and labeled in 2-inch high letters and numerals on the side of each of the equipment. Alternatively, the railroad industry may be using an electronic automatic tracking system to track the required information to the performance of the test required from the statute 232-305. Electronic automatic track testing system used to meet the requirements contained with the paragraph shall be capable of being reviewed and monitored by the FRA at any time to ensure the integrity of the system. The FRA associates the administrator with the safety and may prohibit the revoke of the railroad Railroad Industry Authority to utilize the electronic automatic and tracking system if in lieu and extensive of the marking if the FRA finds that the electronic automatic tracking system is not properly secured, it's inaccessible to the FRA, the railroad employees, or that fails to adequately track and monitor the equipment, the FRA will record such termination writing, including a statement of the basis of such action, in which will provide with a copy of the document to the affected railroads. 2. Reserved. Statute 232-305, single car air brake test. The single car air brake test shall be performed on a qualified person in accordance with either the Section 3.0 of the testing of the standard freight brake equipment and Section 4.0 Special Testament Association American Railroad Standards S48604 Code of Air Brake System Tests of the fourth freight equipment contained in the AAR Manual Standard Recommended Practices Section E, January 1st, 2004, an alternative procedure approved with the FRA pursuant to Statute 232-17 or modified procedure approved in accordance within the provisions contained in the Statute 232-307. The incorporation of the reference of these two sections of the Association of American Railroad Standards was approved by the Director of the Federal Register in accordance with the Title 5 U.S. Standard Code 552A and Title 1 CFR Part 51U, obstruction of a year may obstruct any copy of the incorporated document from the Association of American Railroads, 50th F Street, with North Washington, Washington, D.C. 20001. You may inspect the copy of the document of the Federal Railroad Administration docket clear of 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C., or National Archives Record Administrative. For the information on the availability of the material, the NAR call with the 202-741 6030. Go to the hptw.archives.gov, Federal Registry Code of Federal Regulations, IBR location HTML. Be accepted as provided in Statute 232-303E, but the railroad shall perform a single car with the air brake test on the car when a car is braked for the cutout of the intraoperative when the removed of the train when replaced on the shop of the repair of the track is defined in Statute 232-303A. A car is on the shop of the repair track and is defined in the Statute 232-303A, but the reason for that has not been received the single car air brake test within the provision 12-month period. A car is found with a missing or incomplete single air brake test information. One or more of the following conventional air brake equipment items is removed and repaired in place. Brake reservoir control valve with the mounting gasket, pipe bracket, in-service portion, emergency portion, pipe bracket. A car is found with one or more of the following wheel defects: built-up tread, unless known to be caused by a handbrake left applied; slide flat wheel, unless known as to be caused by the handbrake left applied; thermal cracks, except as provided in the paragraph D of this section. Each car shall be received with a single car air brake test no less than every 5 years. Each car shall receive a single car air brake test no less than 8 years from the date of the car was built or rebuilt. A single car air brake test shall be performed on each of the new and rebuilt cars prior to the placing and using the car in revenue service. Alright, 232-307, modification of the single car air brake test procedure. Request for the Association of American Railroads or their authorized representative of the railroad industry may seek the modification of the single car air brake test procedure prescribed in Statute 232-305A with request modification. So will be submitted to the Association of Administrative Safety and the Federal Railroad Administration, 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C. U0590 shall contain the name, title, and address, telephone number of the primary person to be contacted with regard to the review of the modification details to be substituted with the particular procedure prescribed in Statute 232-305A with the appropriate data and analysis both of the FRA to consider determining whether the modification will provide at least an equivalent level of safety than a statement affirming that the railroad industry has served a copy of the request designated with the representative of the employee responsible for the equipment operation and inspection, testing, maintenance under the paragraph, together with a list of the names and address of the person served. Or the Federal Register equipment, or Federal Register document. Upon the request of modification, the FRA will publish the documentation in the Federal Register containing the requested modification. The documentation will permit interested parties to 60 days to comment on any requested modification. The FRA review during the 60 days provided with the public comment. The FRA will review the petition. The FRA objects the requested modification. Written note of modification will be provided within the 60-day period of the party requesting the modification, detailing the FRA objection. The disposition. One, if no the comment objecting to the requested modification is received during the 60-day comment that provided with the paragraph B of this written section, the FRA does not issue the written objection to the requested modification. The modification will become effective 15 days after the close of the 60-day comment period. If an objection is raised by an interested party during 60 days comment period, the FRA issues the written objection to the requested modification. The requested modification will be handled as follows. If the FRA finds the request to comply with the requirements of this section, the proposed modification is acceptance and justified. The request will be granted normally within 90 days of the receipt. If the request for the modification within neither granted nor denied within the 90 days of the request, the reminds of the pending of the decision, the FRA may attach special conditions to the approval of any request for modification. Following the approval of the request for the modification, FRA may reopen the consideration of the request for the cause. The FRA finds that this does not comply with the requirements of the section that is proposed modification not acceptable to justify the request modification will be denied, normally within 90 days of its receipt. When the FRA grants, denies, or requests modification and reopens the consideration of the request, written notice sent of the requesting party and other interested parties. Alright, 232.309, equipment of the devices to perform single car air brake tests. Equipment of the device used to perform single-car air brake tests shall be tested correct operation at least once each of the calendar year use. Except for the single-car testing device, mechanical testing device such as the pressure gauge or the flow meter orifice, etc., shall be calibrated once every 92 days. Electrical test devices shall be calibrated at least once every 365 days. Test equipment and single-car testing device shall be placed in the service, shall be tag labeled in the date, which is next to the calibration date. Each signal car test device shall be tested not less than the frequency of it 92 days after being placed in the service. May not continue in service for more than 1 year has passed since the 92-day test. Each single car test device shall be disassembled, cleaned not less than frequency than every 365 days after being serviced. Subpart E, end of train devices.